American Hill Politics back here today, and today we are going to be looking at our first 2022 Senate elections prediction in this video. And the 2022 Senate race is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. There are lots of seats up for grabs. There are a lot of former or current sitting senators who are going to be retiring very soon. And hopefully we can replace them with some authentic America First conservatives who will further the Trumpian agenda, Trumpist agenda, and who will just be better for America overall. And hopefully we can flip a couple of seats as well and take back the Senate, as well as hopefully the House in 2022. I think we will take back the House personally. Due to redistricting, due to the national environment, especially if things with the border keep going as they are, the way that the country just currently is, and if it's that way in 2022, I think we could capture both the House and the Senate, and that will help us ride into 2024, hopefully. But anyways, let's get right into this. So our first ones are going to be our safe Republican states. You run any candidate in these states, they will go Republican no matter what. 10 percentage point win for these candidates. That is going to be North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho. Hopefully we can get a different senator there. Mike Crapo needs to be primaried there. We will have to overcome Donald Trump's endorsement of Mike Crapo there, and put in an authentic conservative who is not this neocon establishment shill. But anyway, moving on to our next one, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina. A lot of people want to put South Carolina as likely to lean. Tim Scott will win there fairly easily. And even though I don't like him very much, this is not going to happen. It's not going to flip. It's not even going to go past a safe margin like the Democrats' pipe dream of that happening in 2020 with Jamie Harrison, who was one of the most well-funded campaigns ever. Not even he could take down establishment shill Lindsey Graham, who I don't like either. But no, that is a safe seat there. Kentucky, Indiana will also be safe, as well as Alaska. Lisa Murkowski will be primaried according to the Alaska GOP, who have censured her, and we will hopefully have an America First candidate there as well. I wanted to comment on Alabama as well. Mo Brooks has recently announced that he will be running, or he is filing to run, and that will be a great pickup in Alabama. We have a retiring senator there, so that will be good. And our last, Utah is our other safe state, not going to go anywhere. Kansas for now will be safe. I think it will be a 10 percentage point win. And then Iowa will also be safe. Chuck Grassley is retiring there, so hopefully we can get an America First candidate to run there, which hopefully we will. And that is going to do it for our safe Republican states. Safe Democrat states, the usual: Washington, Oregon, California, Maryland, unless Larry Hogan decides to run, in which it might be a likely state if he runs as a Republican or an independent, since his governor term limits are kicking in. Connecticut, Vermont, unless Phil Scott decides to run. I don't think he will, though. New York, Illinois, Hawaii, maybe Tulsi Gabbard will run in 2022 in Hawaii. That would actually be good for us, but we'll see. And that is going to do it for our safe Democrat states. And then moving on to our likely Republican states, between 5 and 10 percentage point win for these candidates. First up, we've got Missouri. For now, Missouri will stay there. It could crack the safe margin, maybe. But Roy Blunt, who is retiring, a terrible, awful senator in a red wave year 2016, only won by less than 3 percentage points, which is terrible. Trump gets elected, and he would have lost had Trump not won, I'm sure, in that state. But he is retiring. We will get an America First candidate to run there as well, which would be fantastic pickup. For now, I'm going to keep it likely, though. Our other likely one is in Florida. Marco Rubio should cruise to an easy re-election. Even though I don't like him, he floats around a lot of populist rhetoric. However, he doesn't actually stand tall on a lot of good issues that he should be. But moving on to our last one, which is Ohio. Ohio, hopefully J.D. Vance will run there. If not, we will have to be stuck with Josh Mandel, who I personally am not a fan of, but I think he could still, win by a likely margin. Now, if Jane Timken runs, that's a different story. She might actually give the Democrats a shot at winning that seat. I think she would win very narrowly, though. But if J.D. Vance decides to run, that's an 8 to 9 percentage point victory for him. Would be the best candidate in Ohio to run by a lot. And that is going to do it for our likely Republican states. Likely Democrat states, the only one up here is going to be Colorado. The Republicans really don't have any type of strong movement going on in Colorado. They're very weak there, as well as Virginia. They've let both of those states trend and swing heavily to the left over the past decade or so, basically since Obama went into office. Never been able to come back. That seat is at minimum a 6 percentage point win, probably closer to an 8 to 9 percentage win for the Democrats there. But that is their only likely the only likely state for the Democrats there. Moving on to our lean Republican states, we have currently 4 of them. North Carolina, Laura Trump or Mark Walker will be running there. Either or both will be running. One will be the nominee, probably Laura Trump, but we'll see. Both are good candidates. I think that they will be able to take down whoever the Democrats decide to prop up as their nominee. It will probably be around a 2 to 3 percentage point win there. It'll be close, but North Carolina has been in that, kind of lean margin area for a long time. 2008 flipping blue at the presidential level was a fluke. I do think that they will elect either Mark Walker or Laura Trump by around 2 to 3 percentage points. Moving on, Wisconsin will be likely as well. I do not think Ron Johnson will be returning, but we will see. He has hinted that he might be retiring. However, I think that either running him or running an America First candidate will result in a 4 to 5 percentage point win, maybe more if they run an extremely America First type candidate who is a populist right figure. But we will see up there. I think it will stay with the Republicans. And moving on to our next state is Georgia. Georgia, I think this seat will flip. We should not have too hard of a time getting Raphael Warnock out. I think a guy like Herschel Walker, who Donald Trump has already endorsed, could be a great candidate to pick up that seat. Either him or Doug Collins. One needs to run for governor and get Kemp out. I think that Doug Collins will be doing that, and I think Herschel Walker will be running for that Senate seat. Donald Trump has basically already made him the front runner, even though he has not even announced that he will be running yet. But we will see. I think Georgia will flip back to the Republicans, though, and hopefully, maybe we can win it back in 2024 as well on the presidential level, but we'll see. Moving on to our last lean Republican state, I'm going to put New Hampshire there for now, under the assumption that Chris Sununu, very popular governor up there, wins by 30 percentage points every year for basically the past 3 years. His term limits will be kicking in after 2022, so I think he will run for Senate. I think he would win by around 4 to 5 percentage points due to his popularity up there, despite New Hampshire overall being a blue state. On the national level, and mostly the state level. But I do think that Chris Sununu would be the type of senator that could win in New Hampshire. I think that if he runs, it is his seat to lose by that point. And that's my thoughts on New Hampshire. So moving on to our tilt states, Republicans are already cracking the 51 vote margin, or the 50 vote margin, with 51 senators, which would give them the majority back. The tilt states I have up here are Pennsylvania. Fetterman could potentially be the one that the Democrats decide to go with to win that seat. There seems to be a decent bench of candidates that we could run as America First type candidates in Pennsylvania. I do think that for now the Democrats have the edge there, but it will be close. We'll see what happens up there. Arizona, I also think, will stay with the Democrats due to Mark Kelly being there. Mark Kelly is not really he's not hated by Arizona, and unless we put up a guy like Paul Gosar or somebody like that, I do think that Mark Kelly is the favorite to win right now by a narrow margin, but we will see what happens. And then our final state that is a tilt margin will go to the Republicans in Nevada. Nevada is just a mess for the Democrats right now. Or as you could call it, the People's Democratic Party of Nevada, where you had their entire staff for their Democratic Party resign due to the election of these Democratic Socialist type figures there. It's a complete mess in Nevada, and that's why I think that Republicans will win that Senate seat, as well as possibly the governor's seat as well, and possibly win in 2024. And I think in the future, Nevada will be a reliable Republican state down the road. But anyways, guys, this is where we stand. 52 seats for the Republicans, 48 for the Democrats. The Republicans flip 3 seats, flipping Nevada, Georgia, and New Hampshire, and then losing Pennsylvania's seat, but retaining all of the other ones. This is my prediction for now. It will probably change a lot over time in the future. However, this is my prediction for the month of March. But anyways, guys, if you enjoy content like this, leave a like down below, comment on what other types of videos you'd like to see. Subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss another video. Anyways, guys, help this channel, grow, get out there, help us further the Zoomer populist right-wing Trumpian movement, and just help America do well down the line. We are the future, and we can do this. We have the tools to do it. We have the candidates to make something like this happen, and we can win back the Senate and the House in 2022, and hopefully the presidency in 2024. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and this has been American Hill Politics. Anyways, guys, see you next video. Thanks, guys.